Oh, there it is. So you can't help but wonder if, a monopoly or people going, the sky's going to fall. We got to not do business with them to save ourselves. And that's what they were trying to position themselves to do. So to say, they were monopolizing. No, dude, they knew what was coming. Because here's the thing. The whole Michael Tate stuff, maybe not like the forcing himself on people type thing that he was doing, but like all the other stuff, the sexuality, even the drugs, like, dude, that was common knowledge I moved to Nashville in 2015 and like, I'm at a breakfast and I was talking about how, I met Michael Tate the other day and they're like, oh, and then, all of a sudden things that were rumors were told to me that turned out to be true. And it's like for years, like different weird things and it's like, how does this continue to happen?
Well, and I want to say that according to that timing, my friend, Jesse Morris, who's been on my show before, broke the report before the Roy's report, from what I understand in the timeline. And so she had been doing research, I believe, for years on specifically the Michael Tate portion of this. And so to your point, it wasn't as though people didn't know this in the music industry. I moved in 2012, 13 to Nashville, and very quickly in talking with some music executives came to understand that there's a little bit different thing that's going on. At that point, I think Tate had just finished doing the Tate thing. And I think Toby had gotten him hooked up with the Newsboys and, an opportunity for him to kind of have a 2.0 or 3.0 in his music career, from DC Talk to the Tate thing to now the Newsboys.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of that crossover period. But then I'd been asking some questions about like, why doesn't Tate speak out more about this or that? And it just kind of seemed that with the platform that he had, why he wasn't more vocal on some of the issues as a Christian representative of the largest Christian music band. And then it started to dawn on me from what people were saying, I don't know that he would be the best representative to come out and speak on specific Christian issues because of some other things that are, supposed in his background, to your point, Tom, that ended up becoming true.
And in his defense,
on his confession,
in one area, because like I've heard Mercy Me put it best, like, hey, like Mercy Me does not consider themselves a traditional ministry. And they don't consider what they do worship. They don't even consider he like Bart talked about one time, he got mad when somebody like who opened for them were like, this is church. And Bart's like, no, it's not. We're not walking with the broken. We're not, we're not feeding the poor.
Yeah.
Like this is an hour and a half of entertainment with the gospel in it. And I think that like guys like Tate understood he's an entertainer, bro, with the gospel in it. He's not, it's not the other way around. It's not the gospel with some entertainment. And I think there's room for that, and that's okay. And I think personally, man, imagine the damage if he did speak out about a lot of things and then turned out, he's none of those things. We find that out a lot of these pastors.
Yeah.
So credit to him to at the very least go knowing his place to a degree, and it's honestly speaking, like it never. Here's the weird thing, and people can get mad at me if they want. It never bothered me knowing that, like, okay, this guy, I mean, to me, it was kind of obvious from the first time I ever saw the Newsboys live. I'm like, I don't think that's a straight man. And that it didn't bother me because I don't, like, I'm not, like, you know what I mean? That's their cross to bear. I don't have a problem with homosexuality. I don't. I mean, whether it's a sin or not, that's not for me to decide or even discuss. I don't want to, but at the end of the day, like, I don't got a problem with that. Like, whatever, man, I mean, I got my stuff too, you know what I mean? And if no sin is worse than the other, then, none of us have a place to do anything. So it is what it is.
We don't have to necessarily be as clear on that because the Bible's been profoundly clear on that subject matter, but we'll keep it rolling.
We can.
And don't be,
But as far as the lawsuit goes, man, it's to me, it's so stupid, man. Like, I mean, it is what it looks like, in my opinion. It's more of it's a cash grab because at the end of the day, with those kind of numbers, and that could be one of those cases that would literally be more expensive to fight than it would be to just settle, more than likely. So, like, and the people that can handle it, like, the Mercy Me could probably absorb that. I do feel bad for, the Roy's report and all that stuff, because it's like those people are being sued personally and it's stupid.